Hey everybody, Dr. Fantastic, live in Marina Del Rey. Went for my walk, do a little walk today. Trying to figure out how to work this selfie stick. I'll turn it around a little bit so you can see the great view. Let me see. I turn it around right there. This is the view, Marina Del Rey. Looks like people are jet skiing. People are working on yachts. This guy's exercising down there. It's a beautiful day in the marina. This is my old slip. I was 5 boats down here for about 4 years. So basically, it is episode 13. Some of these episodes I'm cooking for you live, because that's one of the things we can really enjoy while we're being sequestered. So, welcome to the show. It's a live broadcast, and I'm Dr. Fantastic, professor of positivity, possibly and practically the most positive person on the planet. Let me turn it around again for you. These shows are being brought to you by VIA. Fantastic, sparkling. This right here is a caffeinated sparkling water. Lemon. There's lots of different flavors. Cucumber, raspberry, and berry, and what have you. And I thought I'd wear the mask as a good example. It's really uncomfortable, but you're supposed to wear it. But since I got back to Marina Del Rey, I'm noticing a lot of activity. You know, it's supposed to be quarantine, and everyone's walking around. Not everyone has masks on, and some people are driving cars with masks. Some people are riding bikes with masks. Some people aren't wearing masks, so I'm not sure what it is. It's a call-in show. Hey, everybody. You can call 714-316-9829, or you can call 310-619-9752. You can answer your questions. You can give me some advice, some suggestions. Oh, there we go. There's a guy. Let me turn it around for you. Guy paddleboarding. Now, the other day, I heard in Santa Monica, someone got a ticket for $1,000 for surfing. Now, we are under quarantine, and of course, people say, well, people are going to the market. Why does this guy get a $1,000 ticket for surfing? Well, the reason behind that is, if everyone went surfing, we would have a problem. People are going to the market are going for sustenance. There's a purpose behind it. They're not going out to having fun. So there's the dilemma. There's a second paddleboarder. I don't think there are the rental agencies out there, but you know, how do you police this? In the background there is the Sheriff's Department, the Coast Guard, the Harbor Patrol, monitoring everything in the marina. Here we got somebody walking their baby. Everyone's wearing masks. That's nice. This is the fuel dock in the marina. Beautiful day. Yeah, silly masks indeed. Yeah. So, let me turn it around so you can see who you're talking to. Actually, someone mentioned that bank robberies are up a bit because look at me. Try to recognize me right now. I'd be a fantastic bank robber. So the positive thing that's happening today is looks like a lot of the curves are flattening a bit, but there's still, like in New York, I think it's like 700 people approximately a day are dying, which is pretty bad. But they're doing some fantastic stuff in New York. They're going to feed everybody. You know, we have a horrible homeless situation in Los Angeles and Detroit and all the big cities. But New York, because it's so devastated and everyone's sequestered now, that they're doing some nice things. They're going to feed the population. It's a fantastic. There's going to be a lot of fantastic things that are going to come out of this. Families are getting together, spending more time than they usually do. You know, one of my sayings, being a philosopher and all, is that if you work too hard, your wife will divorce you and your kids will hate you, because that means you're never home. It means you're working too much. And if you don't work hard enough, your wife will divorce you and your kids will hate you because you didn't buy them the good stuff that they want. So there's a middle ground there. But so that's just one of my pieces of advice. I think it's pretty sound. I always say make the time to go home for dinner, then go back to work, or wait till your kids are grown, like I did, and then go to work and work hard. Because I was Mr. Mom for some years. That was fantastic. My wife did the work while I watched the kids. I loved it. Because that's the best thing you could do in life, is be a fantastic parent. It takes a lot to be a fantastic parent. You have to give a lot of yourself, a lot of your time. And a lot of people aren't willing to do that. They have the kids for the wrong reasons, which is a shame. Well, enough with the mask. I did that for an example. It is airborne. Excuse me for the camera work here. But when you're a one-man band, See, if you've been watching the show for the last couple of years, I'm not really going for quality. I'm going for content. And I think the content I have is quite valuable. It's acquired over many years. It's getting a little windy. I'm not sure how that's going to affect the sound or not. Typically when it's windy, it's horrible sound. But if anyone wants to call in, it's, again, 714-316-9829. I'm going to call Richard. Richard was a great call. And unfortunately, the show before last, we had a technical problem. And the technical problem was it showed it recorded for what was it? These things are stuck together. That's weird. Well, I don't have Richard's phone number on this phone. I have it on the one I'm recording on. So yeah, I got lots of phones. Lots of different phones. The ROKIT phone, 3D phone, it's fantastic. So, Dr. Fantastic's going to go on the road. I'm going to try to line up a large motor coach, and travel around. Of course, it has to die down, the situation a bit. It has to die down a bit before that happens. But it doesn't mean I can't be in the motor coach and still report like I'm doing. Interview people through the window, as it were. I posted on my Facebook today. Do you remember Get Smart? The cone of silence? Let's see if I can you see me. Remember the cone of silence? Well, I posted that on Facebook as Dr. Fantastic's COVID conversation pit. So I thought that was pretty funny. That's a gorgeous day. And there's, quite a bit of people walking on the promenade here. This is Bora Bora Way in Marina Del Rey. And there's quite a few people out walking for being a quarantine area. It's kind of surprising. Probably going to be a short show today. I'm not going to be cooking for you. Unless someone calls in. Let me try to think. If you've been listening to the show, I give a lot of fantastic advice. Some of the advice I've been giving is to, have more fun with your kids. Teach your kids how to cook. Teach them how to plant a garden. Teach them how to do research. Learn stuff. Great time to learn. And watch lots of television. Last night, I think I watched 3 James Bond films. Pluto is playing nothing but James Bond films right now. And so that was fun. You can't go wrong with James Bond. It lets you escape your reality. And that's what we need to do a bit right now. You can't be sitting there moping and worrying and stressing. That's not healthy. Not healthy at all. It really isn't. It's not going to change the situation. You have to make the best of tough times. And making the best of tough times is enjoying your friends and family. Speaking of which, they're saying we should be socially distant from one another. I think that's furthest from the truth. I think we need to be socially closer to our communities, our friends, and our family. Definitely be physically distant. It should be physical distancing, not social distancing. So I'm trying to spread that. Tell your friends, tell your family, that's what it should be. Physical distancing. That's the ticket. And Chulu's entering their boat. I used to know everyone on this dock. There's only 12. I thought this was the best slip in the marina because there's 12 of them. And I was number 12. So I would always say I'm the 12th closest boat to the ocean out of 6,000 boats in Marina del Rey. Thought that was kind of cool. So I'm going to find a spot to sit. That guy's on a bench. That guy's on a bench. That bench is taken. All the benches are spoken for. So what else did I want to talk about? Yesterday I mentioned Georgia Guidestones. You should really look that up. Look up the Illuminati. A lot of this stuff is apropos of what's going on today. You know. Oh, I posted a video about China, and China basically is really profiting from this thing. They say it was released in Wuhan, and they've got it under control there, but the big cities, the major cities, weren't affected. Beijing and Shanghai weren't affected. And now they're all up and running. Their factories are all up and running, making huge profits. One of the companies that makes all these masks, their stock is up like 460%. And they actually started manufacturing during the outbreak. So there's a lot of suspicious activity in China, if you look at the facts. So I posted it yesterday on this channel. Yeah, you really ought to look at it. It's disturbing. And, you know, China's been wanting to control. They actually wrote a book, I think it was they mentioned it in this video. It was written, I think, in '89 about China's, it's in Chinese, how China's going to take over the world, basically. So if you read Chinese and want to read that one, I doubt they've translated it into English or any other languages. But, so let me turn the camera around so you can see what a beautiful sight this is. God, you wouldn't think we're having such a pandemic by the looks of the scene I'm watching now. I was going to play some tennis, but then someone said that it really isn't the logical thing to do, even though I don't think a tennis ball conducts the virus. Although my friend says when he plays tennis, he wears gloves. Beautiful day in the marina. 310-913-5533. No, don't call that number. I'm sorry. 714-316-9829. Let's see if I can get a hold of anybody. I think I might have Richard's number here. Richard was a great conversation the other day. The one that was lost. Let's see here. Hold on here. Tony. Richard, there we go. Let's see if Richard's available again. Dialing for dollars. Dialing for conversations.
Hello.
Richard.
Yes.
Did you get my text the other day?
Yes.
Well, you're live again. It's called Take Two. For some reason, the program only recorded 24 seconds out of the 57 minutes I had to broadcast. Yesterday's one worked very well. I switched it over to a different camera. So if you don't mind, if you have a few minutes, I'd love to hear more about Star Alliance gold mine business.
Well, the main thing about Star Alliance, which is formerly Troy Mining, I invested in it 12 years ago with a group. We took it over. There was a fellow that stole $40 million and he was in prison and he died. We went to federal court and took as biggest debtors a mine back. So we now are going to restart the mine. The mill's up there. I was just up there. We got 10,000 acres, actually 4,900 that we're paying annually on, and the rest we have blocked. So we have 2,043,000 ounces of gold, according to 3 different geology reports, and the geologist hired by the federal court to evaluate the property during the time that we took it over. The mine is intact. The building's in very good shape. Generators and everything. There was some copper wiring stuff that's stolen, but we're going to replace all that. So we are in the first 6 months of this year going to get the mine reopened and the mill restarted and start processing. Shaft was almost 2 ounces per ton a couple of years ago. That totally missed the mill, missed the property. So there's a helicopter pad there. We're going to re-clean it up and fix up the road and get the mill running. So we hope to be in a real good production this year.
That would be fantastic. And it's the symbol is STAL.
Yeah, it's still STAL, but there is a private placement for qualified investors. They can go on the website, StarAllianceMining.com or StarAllianceMines.com, and they can load their information and have a PPF. It's $1 a share. They're raising $12.5 million.
Okay. And I look forward to going up there and checking it out with you.
Oh, it's going to be great. It'll be a lot of fun. Okay, pal. I'll talk to you later.
Thanks, Rich. Bye-bye.
Okay, bye-bye.
Bye. Well, sorry for the camera work there. Someone else called in on this line instead of the call-in line, and that happens because I can't block the phone number, like put it on airplane mode, if I'm going live with the show. So it's just technology. Like you said, I'm not going for the quality. I'm going for the content and knowing about a gold mine. That just launching is a safe investment in today's environment. He's on my board. He's a great guy. He's done a lot of fantastic things in his life. Very successful, and it's good to have him on my board. I have a very, very important board. Very successful group of men. And no women yet. I should put a woman on my board. Just knowing that I've thought of. Got to give that some thought. Anyway, so that was Richard. And STAL is the symbol. And I'm getting a call. Oh, here we go. ROKIT phone. Okay. Well, actually, I'm on live right now. If you don't mind going on speaker and have a chat with me, I would love it. Oh, hold on. And say something so I can hear you. Jan? Let me see if this is speaker. Where's the speaker at? Oh, speaker. There it is. Jan, you there?
Yes, I'm here.
So I am in Marina Del Rey, and I've got a call from Jan with ROKIT. He actually called me on the ROKIT phone, which is a fantastic phone. It's 3D without glasses, and it comes with, it's like a humanitarian phone. Tell us about your phone, Jan.
Well, it comes, the 3D technology is the key differentiator when it comes to technology, the tech aspects of the device. But what I think, people in this day and age are going to find even more appealing is the fact that we bundle it with value-added services and insurances at no additional cost for the consumer for the purchase of the phone. So it comes bundled with everything from accidental death insurance to burial insurance. Mind you, the average cost of a funeral here in the U.S. is $7,000 to $11,000. We're bundling it in at no additional cost. We have a plan for that. We have that's burial insurance as a result of an accidental death. We have telemedicine, which is a great feature, especially now. So you can call a doctor 24/7, get a preliminary diagnosis over the phone, and then we have pharmacy savings. So you take a prescription to a drugstore such as CVS, you get, I think 70% off, something in that range. We have IT theft insurance, $1 million. We have roadside assistance, so very much needed services at no additional cost. So we also sell them as standalone, as a standalone package for an amount which is significantly less than when a buyer would procure the services separately. So yeah, that's it in a nutshell. I didn't really want this to be,
No, I know, but you know me, I fly by the seat of my pants, and I like your friendship. I like the fact that you've given me a lot of great advice for my Be Fantastic movement. You're a good friend, and you have a fantastic phone. You also have a fantastic line of booze that goes very well when you can't make a phone call and you just want to relax.
Yeah, absolutely. We have ABK beer, which is a now 712-year-old brewery from southern Germany, which is where, as you may be able to tell by the Arnold Schwarzenegger type accent, where I'm originally from. I'm not from that region, but from Germany. It's one award after another. I personally recommend the Hell. That's my personal favorite. It's called Hell, which means light. In German, light as in color. The percentage of alcohol is 5.0. It's an award-winning beer that actually accomplished in the year, I want to say it was 2 years ago, what Germany didn't accomplish then, which was winning the World Cup for soccer. But at least Germany won it for beer, and that's through ABK Hell, and Hell specifically, ABK Hell. So and then there's Bogart Spirits. We have a partnership with the Humphrey Bogart Estate, and we have Bogart's gin, vodka, rum, and whiskey. That's those superior award-winning products as well. And then we also we're involved with as a standalone venture outside of the ROKIT companies. We have a tequila called Bandero Tequila, which is one double gold award after another. I hardly drink spirits, but if I drink, a cocktail on special occasions, I like to have a margarita or a Cadillac margarita, and specifically with Bandero. It's super smooth. It's people compare it to ultra premium tequilas, which cost hundreds of dollars. You can buy it at a price point of $40. It's a super good product. I encourage everybody to check it out, to try it. You can order it online. Just go to the Bandero Instagram site, and it has that'll give you instructions on how to order it.
Well,
it's a super good product.
I don't know if you know it, but I have a sponsor in a beverage company called VIA. VIA stands for vitamins, electrolytes, and antioxidants. And they're really delicious. And I made a drink called the Varango. And I used the Bogart's vodka with 1 ounce of vodka, of Bogart's vodka, half ounce of mango liqueur, and then 6 ounces of the orange mango probiotic hydration beverage that they make. And it was delicious. I call it the Varango. So I'm going to come up with a couple other names. I don't have any of your rum, and I don't have any of your beer, so I can't make cocktails with it. So unfortunately, I'm out of stock.
You got to change that. We need to have that delivered to you, because what you just shared is a super creative concept, and you actually want to make me make an exception to the rule, which is that I usually only, if I have a cocktail, then I have it with tequila, Bandero specifically. But what you just described sounds like as close to a healthy cocktail as it gets based on
it's a fantastic drink. They're exploding right now. They just landed a contract, and they're in 16,000 stores in the country, and a couple other chains are picking them up. And they've been sponsoring my radio show for the last 8 months. I just met the owner yesterday on my call-in show. I was dealing with the COO, and they love the Be Fantastic movement. I love their drink. They've been very supportive of what I'm doing. And I'm going to try to, I think I might have sent you an email on it. I'm going to try to acquire a luxury motor coach and go around the country promoting my sponsors and promoting, of course, the Be Fantastic movement, which is near and dear to me. And it's actually apropos right now, this movement, seeing how we have the COVID-19 disaster. You there? Jan? Did I lose you? Hold on a minute. Might have lost Jan. It's kind of hard to see out here. Hold on a minute. There we go. Damn it, I can't see anything. Sorry, everybody. This is what happens when you can't see anything. Damn. I can't see a thing in the sun. Ugh, what an aggravation that is. What an aggravation. When you can't see with the glasses or with the shades. Let me see what I can do here. Phone. Michael. I have to apologize. You just can't see. I'm going to put the phone down for a second. Damn it. Back. Phone. You guys got to see this. It's really kind of amazing. Let me see here. There he is. Okay, there he is. We got him. If I take my glasses off. Yeah, I lost you there.
No problem. So how do you just, I can freestyle any time of day. I wish I was a little more prepared, but I had something in front of me. Are we still live on the air?
Yeah, now we're live again. Yeah, I think so. Yeah, we're live. And it's really I'm trying to juggle your phone. See, what happens when you call, I couldn't see the phone because I'm in the sun. I'm doors right now, right? And
I cannot hear you.
And if I take my glasses off, I can't.
Hello?
Can you hear me? Hold on.
I cannot hear you.
I'm probably in a mute. Hold on.
Hello?
Yeah, I hit mute by accident. You there? Oh, fuck.
Hey, Monty.
Yeah, I hit mute by accident. So I'm juggling 3 phones, and I'm out in the sun. And when you somehow I pushed the wrong button, but if I can't see the screen without my glasses, and with my glasses they're progressive, so they're actually sunglasses in the sun. So with the glasses on, I can't see, and with them off, I can't see. So
So where do you transmit this? Is it like a podcast? No, it's not a podcast.
No, it's YouTube. We're live on YouTube right now.
Oh, on YouTube. What is the channel?
Fantastic Interviews.
Fantastic Interviews. But that's a different channel from your main one, right?
No, I have a podcast, and that's Dr. Fantastic Interviews. My radio show is the Dr. Fantastic Show, and the YouTube is Fantastic Interviews. The phone app is Be Fantastic. Are you on the internet now?
Yes, I'm going to YouTube.
Okay,
now.
go to YouTube, go to Fantastic Interviews.
Right now. Oh, there you are.
Right now I'm showing a fountain. I'll turn it around, you'll see me.
Oh, perfect.
And basically I do this every day at noon, wherever I'm at in the world. My plan is to go around the world, and wherever I'm at, I might go to the Bahamas soon, or I might get this motor coach and go around the country. And basically, wherever I'm at noon, I'm going to interview people, fantastic people like yourself. I'm going to, go to fantastic places and just bring my point of view to the world. And more importantly, it's a fantastic way to promote the Be Fantastic movement, which is extremely needed in today's tough times.
Wow, that's amazing. So the fountain that so we're talking right now, you're there in Marina Del Rey looking at a fountain.
Correct.
Interesting.
Now,
You're so sophisticated when it comes to technology, way ahead of the curve. So again, it's
your boss.
Go to YouTube and then fantastic interviews.
Yeah,
that's the channel.
That's the channel. I'll send you a link when this is done. JP was driving
I got it. I'm on there now.
No, I know.
I'm on there now.
JP, who you is your boss, I guess, so to speak. The owner of one of the owners of ROKIT. On Sunday, when I drove from Prescott, Arizona to LA, he called in on the show and was live.
Okay.
So my plan is to interview the billionaires of the world like JP, leaders and shakers and celebrities and sports stars and regular folk. You know, I mean, in my opinion, everyone has a fantastic story. And we've had some very fantastic conversations. It was always a fun talking to you. You're incredibly brilliant. I use your FAIL and your FEAR acronyms all the time.
Yeah, look, an acronym distills an idea and a concept down to its essence. I wholeheartedly believe in that, and there's a deeper meaning to words. People go by 4-letter words for a reason, and I just love quotes. I love music. I think it inspires, it motivates you. It's positive. It boosts your spirits, and a quote can do the same. And it's food for thought is as important as food for the body. You need to nurture your mind and spirits as much as you need to nurture your body. I think that that's very important. And you're at the helm. See, you're living the billionaire lifestyle already. I see you there in the marina, in Marina del Rey. Which one is your boat?
Well, mine, see that boat right there you're looking at in about 3 seconds? That's the closest boat to the ocean out of 6,000 boats. Okay? So that's slip 001, and that's 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 6 and 7. I was right there at number 12 for 4 years.
Wow.
So I was the 12th closest boat to the ocean when I had my boat there. There's a lifeguard going out. And, there's a guy that got a ticket for $1,000 the other day for surfing. And it looks to me like he's about ready to turn on his siren as soon as he clears. Because typically they don't go out at that speed if they're not trying to do something. Well, you know what he's doing? He's going very close to the shore. They're probably policing these paddleboarders because, we're supposed to be in a quarantine right now.
Yeah, they're doing it in the Palisades as well. I heard that on the news that they actually arrested a surfer who disobeyed the order of not using the public beaches. But speaking of beaches and oceans, here in LA, a lot of people want a pool. You need an ocean to swim in.
Yeah.
Think big.
Then
you go out there and you make it happen. I think what you're cultivating positivity, cultivating stability. It's a beautiful movement. It just needs to be a proper platform to reach more individuals on a global scale, starting here in the U.S.
Yes.
Now more than ever. Now, it's more important than ever to, inspire and to motivate people and to lead by example. So I think what you're doing is a beautiful thing.
And my podcast and radio show, I think you were on the podcast, is really important. And this will be as well, because I want to bring to people intelligent conversations from knowledgeable people that have technology or information that will improve your mind, your body, or the planet. And I'm very fortunate to have 162 podcasts that do exactly that. The radio show does exactly that. And this the YouTube show will transform, not just to having fun like I've been doing mostly with YouTube, but into a very valuable resource for people, because I've been giving out my recipes for cooking, because I'm a very, very fantastic chef, if I can say so. If you ever try my guacamole, like JP, you will swear it's the best you've ever had in your life. It's extremely fantastic recipe for guacamole. Again, I'm going to get them a motor comb, one of those $1 million puppies. And, I'm looking for sponsors like banks and clothing companies and insurance companies and internet companies and phone companies to help sponsor the tour. And the first one will be the American tour. I'll go around the country and talk to schools about the movement and promote my sponsors, obviously. I like when everybody wins, like my charity for veterans. Everybody wins with ilovesos.org, the companies, the veterans, the community, and the country. It's all free. Oh, by the way, I launched montyslist.org a couple days ago. It's not propagated with any information yet, but it's a site where you could donate goods, services, medical supplies, or food to a recipient in need anywhere, in the country or in the world, actually. So anyway, the American tour will go on for some months and may not start for a month or two because I'm acquiring sponsorships now. And then there'll be the European tour, and then there'll be the Asian tour and the Latin American tour, let's say, the Australian tour. I mean, that's my goal, is to go around the world, teach people to be fantastic, teach them the benefits of being kind and considerate and friendly, light and civil. We need to bring civility back, and as you said, pollinating positivity and cultivating civility is the essence of the Be Fantastic movement. I'm glad you're an ambassador. You are ambassador number, it doesn't say here, but we have 225 of them now. JP's an ambassador. We have some fantastic people that believe in the movement, and it's free. You just have to stop saying the word good and be kind.
Yeah.
Delete good.
First of all, why did you call it Monty's List and not Dr. Fantastic's List, just out of interest?
Monty's List was a couple years ago. Well, I created it for the veterans, and it never got the exposure. So I had my guys format it for everyone.
Right. That makes sense. So here's what I would do. Just this is just food for thought. You do the dishes as you see fit. When you go on this tour, what I would do is these pins that you were so kind as to leave at our offices, the Be Fantastic pins, you give like 2 to 3 to every, Mexican restaurant, and any restaurant in the city that your time permits visiting.
Yeah. And
then at the same time, you give them a little sample of your guacamole, and you tell them, put this to the test, and you leave your context there so that you can actually turn this into a business by, breathing new life into the guacamole game, so to speak, of all these restaurants. And at the same time, why not try to have it sold at Trader Joe's or Whole Foods,
sure,
or just go.
You're onto something there. And my pizza is even better than my guacamole. It's a sauerkraut pizza, and it will blow your mind if you follow that recipe. And these recipes are all being put on my YouTube channel here. Fantastic interviews.
Nice.
That's a fantastic idea.
When you go, you were in Arizona recently. Arizona probably has equally as many Mexican restaurants as Los Angeles. I would go to each and every single one of them and give them the, fantastic guacamole, just a sample, and have them taste it and watch the calls come in over time. So
right.
To the appropriate decision maker.
Right.
And then, you can be the next purpose-driven, wealthy businessman that, made his fortune.
Well, I'm not looking to make a lot of money. That's not my goal, to make money. But you know what really goes well with guacamole?
What's that? Chips.
Margaritas.
Yes, absolutely.
Now, one day, ROKIT might be, or Banderos might want to be part of this tour, and that would be fantastic. I've got my friend Chris, who's got Rock and Roll Tequila. That would be a nice sponsor. My friend owns Pantera Tequila. So and then Zul Vodka. I got a number of booze companies that I'm going to be talking to see if they want to be part of the tour. So if you know anyone that's wants to be part of this, it's ground floor, and probably won't go for a month or two. But as soon as I get the coach, I'll wrap it with the logos of our sponsors, and head out on the road. And if I have to do it, the interviews from inside while they're outside, so be it. Because there still is a COVID problem.
Well, look, you personify and epitomize the American dream. You know why? Because the original American dream was built upon the pursuit of happiness, not the pursuit of capital. And what you know, every time we speak, I see that you're a happy individual. You are happy. You may not have the resources that match those of, you know, other entrepreneurs yet. However, you're happy, and happiness is a journey. It's not a destination. And you're on this continuous journey to happiness. You're just, you know, you live a good life.
Well, I think I've shared my definition for happiness with you, but I'll do it now for the audience. My definition of happiness is when you jump out of bed in the morning to look forward to your day. When that happens, that means you're going to have fun. And when you have fun, you do it well. And when you do it well, you generally make money from it. But to crawl out of bed in the morning, to make a living just to survive, and when I mean survive, that means maybe have a nice weekend, maybe go on a vacation once a year, maybe have enough money to do something besides work. That's not happiness. And you create your own destiny.
Agree. Man forges his destiny. Man is the architect of his own fortune. The choices we make and the chances we take determine our destiny. It's very simple.
Yeah.
And you're living proof of that. You know, people here right now, they're in survival mode. They're trying to survive. You thrive and live it to the limit in life. Very simple. That's actually from a song. You know, somebody said, I ain't trying to survive, I'm trying to thrive and live it to the limit in life. Well, that doesn't necessarily apply to, you know, materialistic items only, but to happiness. You know, and again, happiness is a journey, it's not a destination.
Right.
The destination is the journey, but the journey is the destination. Put it that way.
Well, so many people look at retirement as the destination, and that's sometimes people don't make it. My parents only made it to 40, so they were not even close to retirement. And why would you work your whole life to retire? That doesn't make any sense to me whatsoever.
Exactly, same here. Something else that I would do outside of the, you know, giving guacamole samples, fantastic guacamole samples to every restaurant, Mexican restaurant here in LA, and any other restaurant that may, you know, have use for it, for that matter. I would do a best of your podcasts and all the interviews you've done, those 100-something interviews. If you can remember the moments, and you know, you and I had this conversation. Life is all about, you know, life is a series of moments. You don't remember the years or the days, but you remember the moments. And if you allow the moment to, you know, if you really feel the moment, it'll stay with you. It'll stay in your heart forever. So those moments that you've had with interviewees where you walked away from the conversation and you thought, wow, this was such an enlightening conversation. It gave me perspective and it gave me hope and motivation and positivity. If, you know, why not do a best of that where it's, you know, the fantastic compilation of fantastic advice and comments, you know, from all those interviews.
Well, I like that advice. I love good advice. What I will take of that is I'm going to hire someone to do that, because I don't like going backwards. To me, that's going backwards to go over and listen to something I already created. So maybe I have an intern go through it and start. Because if someone listens to all my podcasts, their life will change 100%. No question.
See, and the way to get people hooked is by giving them a best of, and then if they want to dive deep into the respective conversation that you gave them a snippet of, then that's the way to do it.
Well, if someone wants to get hooked, they just listen to my testimonial reel. I've got about 30 people that met me in a very short time span, and they gave me the most incredible, fantastic testimonials. So that to me is what would, when you say hook, if someone listens to my testimonials and that doesn't inspire them to go back and listen to the fantastic interviews I've had over the last couple of years, then they're just lost, or they have no time.
Yeah.
It's all about time.
A lot of people, it's the latter. You know, as I shared with you recently, I hold you dear to my heart, but I'm trying to, you know, I'm trying to make ends meet, so to speak. So I'm busier than ever, and business is actually progressing at a faster pace because of technology. Nowadays, you don't have to fly all across the world, but you can do a virtual video conference, and then, you have to get stuff done at a faster pace, because you cannot push something to the side and say, oh, I make this a focus once I get closer to the journey, which might be 3 weeks from now, if I have to fly to Senegal or Vietnam. Or
I know you've been flying a lot, and I always thought that's not really necessary. Yeah. But let me tell you something that before I forget to tell you, because I'm sharing it with all my friends, and we've been taught through this COVID-19 debacle, global pandemic, to be socially distant from people. That is completely erroneous. 100% wrong. You never want to be socially distant from anyone, your family or friends, or even society. What you want to be is physically distant.
Exactly.
So it's physically distancing we should be practicing, not social distancing.
Agreed. In reality, physical distancing, it is physical distancing, I agree with you, but now more than ever, social connection is important.
That's what I'm saying. So the last thing you want to be is socially distant or disconnected.
Exactly. Because the only way out of this crisis, if we as a society, stand together on a unified front and, rebuild this beautiful country. It's the land of opportunities. And now more than ever, we have to have this societal togetherness and apply it accordingly in business and in life. It's the only way to get out of the crisis. A lot of people are out for their own glory, and they're, hey, and that's why I hate this, we're in this together. For a lot of people, it's only words. They're pushing their own agenda, but they're not like you that are, out there that really have the right motives and the right motivation to, make this world a better place. And you got to lead by example. I think that's what you're doing. You just need a bigger platform, but everything happens in time. Patience is virtue. And once you have that bigger platform, you're going to become nothing short of the next, not to compare you to anyone, but, Tony Robbins may go down in history as your predecessor.
Yeah, actually, he robbed me of my line. I interviewed his top salesperson and told him about the Fantastic movement. And then a couple months later, I heard he's going around telling everyone, when you say the word fantastic, you feel fantastic. So, they say imitation is the best form of flattery.
Yes.
By the way, we're gonna be signing off here, but I wanted to show everyone this fantastic drink. My sponsor, Via, and this is their line of caffeinated sparkling waters. They have lemon and raspberry and cucumber, and it's 0 calories, caffeinated sparkling water, and it goes well with cocktails as well. They're a fantastic sponsor. I hope to have ROKIT one day, or Banderas, as a sponsor, but it all comes when it's supposed to come.
Exactly. All right, Monty, nice chatting with you.
Yes, Jan, you are the best. Give my big kiss to your wife for me, and keep being fantastic, and spread the word.
Absolutely.
Talk to you later.
Care.
Bye-bye.
All the best.
Bye.
Bye-bye. Bye.
Well, everybody, I apologize for any bad camera work, but Jan is a fantastic person. Richard's a fantastic person. Richard's one of my ambassadors. Well, they're both ambassadors, but Richard's on my board. And we're going to do some fantastic stuff. I want you to be part of the movement. Let me turn it around for the goodbye. Everybody, thanks for watching and listening and putting up with the bad camera work. As you might know, out of my 3,000 interviews, I've never done a second take, and never done an edit. It's just real conversations with real people, and hopefully you learn something from every one of my broadcasts. Thanks for watching, and have a fantastic day, everybody. Of course, like, subscribe, and share. Listen to my podcast when you're driving around. Listen to my radio show when you're driving around, and practice being kind and civil and fantastic. Thanks, everybody. Bye-bye. Now I gotta figure out how to turn it off. I can't see it with the glasses. Can't see it without. Here we go.